second. Okay, see camera's rolling.
Okay,
B-roll, Mike McGrath, take 5.
got it. And not yet, Mike.
Okay, Mike, talking to Carrie.
Okay.
Let's talk about, you can refer to things as if she's looking over your
Okay.
shoulder at times.
Okay.
You don't need-
Okay. This is kind of ties in all the drawings. When just a couple of days before I was released, they gave me a pencil and paper 2 days before release. So I ran around the camp sketching things because I didn't have a camera. I wanted to remember. And what I did was I did these sketches. This is my room. The big room I was in, the big room. That's what a big room looks like. I sketched this with just a couple of my roommates, and I sketched it just before I was released, the day before. And I sketched some of the things that I brought out. Here's the cross right there. That's the cross you saw earlier. And it's a razor blade I stole, the needle I made out of a bone. There's a nail that could open handcuffs, and some dice that we made, and a bamboo pin. Look at this. There's what we did art with, a bamboo pin. And that little thing right there, we used medicine balls. So they'd bring us some methylate for our boils and infections. We would take that, put it in a piece of plastic, and then we use it for ink. So these are the contraband things that I was able to bring out of Hanoi. So I drew that on those pieces of paper. Now, here is an important one I drew. Right here, we were lined up, gonna get on the bus, and we were gonna get on the bus, get on the airplane, and fly home. So we're all lined up. They got us ready to go on the bus, and I still had a piece of paper, and I still had the pencil. So I ran in the toilet right here. This is the French toilet. There's the pedestals you stand on, the 2 holes, and the bars. Here's the can to put the waste paper in, and I sketched our toilet. While everybody else is standing in line, I'm in there sketching. I'm just going like crazy, and I'm just sketching away and sketching. I drew the flies there. I got the flies, and here's the cockroach. I got the cockroach in there. So I drew the cockroach and I drew the flies, and sketched this and jumped back in line and got on the bus to come home. Well, coming home, there was a famous artist named Maxine McCaffrey who has drawings in the Pentagon, and she's well known as an artist. She saw my drawings that I did in those last couple of days, and she said, I encourage you to keep drawing. Keep drawing everything you know about there, keep drawing. And if you can, publish them. Well, that summer when I got my family and they gave us some leave and I left and it was rehabilitation, reunite with your family, guess what I did? I used this book right here, all those papers in here, and these are the drawings I did on that summer vacation, including torture drawings, leg irons, beatings, the Vietnamese rope trick, Orson Swindle. There's Orson Swindle sitting on his chair. 22 days he had Orson Swindle sitting on a chair without sleep, trying to break him. The toughest Marine you've ever seen. Here's Ross Terry sitting on there on a bedboard in leg irons for 1 year. 18 months he sat like that with his leg irons in there. So what I did was take this book, and I made all these drawings in that summer vacation. And here's me getting beat with a fan belt. So now it's kind of interesting. I pulled this out, and sure enough, here are all the drawings. What I was doing was thinking of things. What could I draw? What could I draw? And as I thought about something, I wrote it down on this book here. And, like room inspection, dangling hands, throwing water on man. That's Orson Swindle. Tapping on the walls, searches, cup in hand. I was thinking of things, and then I would draw it and draw it and draw it. And publishers later got a hold of the drawings, and guess what? They said, we want to publish the drawings you made in this book, and we want to draw those. So this is the book that I drew to record, and this is my own hands. I held my hands like this, and I sketched my hands, and I put some hell cuffs on there. The hell cuffs held your wrist real tight so you couldn't relax and pull them out like this. You always had to keep your hands in like this to keep the hell cuffs from cutting into your wrist. So these are my actual hands, and I draw, put my hands down, and then draw on some more. So that's the best I could do with my self-portrait of my hands.
Hold your hands cupped together again, just hold them there still, and move them down a little closer to your body, sir, and a little bit closer to your body to your left. There you go. So that I could see prisoner of war. A little bit more to your left. No, your hands to the left. There, that's perfect.
So there they are, the ugly thumbnails and everything.
You getting that, Bill?
Yep. How about the Cadillac seat?
Okay. Here's one that all of the POWs love, because this is a sketch I made for you, as a matter of fact. But this is a sketch I made of, it's not in here, by the way. This is a sketch I made of our waste bucket we used for defecation and urine, and it was opening a room, and it stunk and it smelled and it was terrible. But it all was rusted. It had rusted edges around the type. So these are rusted edges. And for a long time, people would try to sit on this thing and these rusted edges and go to the bathroom. But then high technology comes in. One of my roommates came in and he says, "Why are you doing that? Why don't you put these rubber tire sandals on top and make it a Cadillac seat? And then it's nice and soft and you won't be cut up by the rust." And I hadn't thought of that because I was in solitary until this guy told me that. And sure enough, that was a lot more comfortable to put your sandals up there. You just had to be careful not to knock them in, but that's what we called the Cadillac toilet.
Amazing.
And fantastic.
And here is the rough toilet paper. Now, you didn't have soft toilet paper like we have. So imagine going to Safeway, getting a brown paper sack. That's what it was, brown paper. You might as well put some sand on there and glue it, make it a little rough. And that's the toilet paper. They'd give you one piece of toilet paper that was about this big per month. So that's all you had was a ration of toilet paper. It's like a Safeway sack. And what you do, you tear off an inch at a time. And so when you went to the restroom, you used as little as possible, as carefully as possible, because you had to make that toilet paper last for a month. And you had to be careful. But being Americans, we would tear off pieces of it like this, and we would use it for writing material. So we would write notes on it and pass notes on it. We would make drawings. We use education. We would use our homemade ink and our homemade pens and our toilet paper for education and learning languages. And then when you were finished of it, before they could catch you with it, then you used it up as real toilet paper. So that was our luxury. Didn't have much else, didn't have any medicine or anything else, but we had some rough brown paper. At least we had something.
Fantastic, Mike. You're just a treasure.
Okay, do we want to cut and go
Yep.
to the next thing?
Let's go to the...
Okay, we're going to cut for a second. If you'd cut that camera, please.
Do you want
Lawrence?
to do the
Yes, that would be great.